Hey guys, this is Sarah's Night, and we're with Let's Play The Evil Within 2. It's been a long time, but that's mostly because I kind of had to do a good chunk of the game over. We're starting over at a point that I've already been through, because that recording was somehow just really messed up. A weird static in the background for a good half of it, and the video kept freezing. I mean, it wouldn't actually show it when I was playing the game. But, you know, when I played the recording back later on to edit it and stuff, the video was, like, freezing for, like, little, you know, like, just maybe a few tenths of a second at a time, just constantly throughout. And my voice was hard to understand, too, because of the static in the background. So, yeah, we're doing this over. Unfortunately, you're not going to hear my first-time reaction on this. Because I'd run out of, save slots, you know, eventually somewhere around chapter 9. I think I'd reached the top here, other than autoslaves, of course. Autoslaves? Autoslave. Isn't that the name of like a ship off of one of the Star Wars movies or something? Autosave is what I was trying to say. Other than autosaves, I'd run out of like regular save spaces towards the top, and at like chapter 9. So I just kept, you know, saving over the same file through, you know, at that point on. And that's where I had to go back to get all the way back here, because this was actually, if nothing else, this was actually a really interesting part of the game that I wanted to make sure you all saw. Especially if you don't plan on playing this game yourself later on. And so far I do recommend it. So, when we last left off, a little over a week ago, we had just finished upgrading, and Hoffman was just telling us to, Taurus just lost her life, unfortunately. Theodore was kind of trying to get Sebastian to blame himself for it, you know, the master manipulator here of the mind. Yeah, you can see poor Taurus's body right there, but we at least get to have her assault rifle to kind of help us in her stead. And Hoffman was like, I, you know, have kind of zoned in on Theodore's location, but I have to, you know, put this thing together that will allow us to actually make it there, because he had like this, there was like this scene, I think, very recently, I mean, it was probably the very last chapter, one of the last things we saw before I cut out. There was something like a flaming tower rising up out of the ground somewhere near the movie theater where we fought Stefano.
A few more things, Hoffman.
Oh yeah, and I already covered this with her, so... So she was like, give me some time to make up this thing that'll get us through the gigantic fire barrier that he erected around the tower, and I'll meet you up later. So we're going back to the hotel where I think we did an earlier part of the game. In fact, that might have been where we first met the weird Obscura monster. I think that's what it was called. The one that had like a weird looking, old-timey looking camera for a face. Oh, I can go right in here. I was like, wait, have I been in this room before, or... Okay, I don't think this was the way to go. How do we... Oh, duh. I'm going back into the Marrow to get back to Union. In fact, I am in the Marrow right now. What I was trying to say was... I'm taking that computer that kind of, you know, that jumps me back and forth between the Marrow and parts of Union. When I said the Marrow the first time, I was thinking of the little loading screen, like that neural pathway when you actually access the computer that, you know, is just basically the game's loading screen to take you back and forth.
Hello? Can anybody hear me out there?
Oh, hi, Sykes.
Sykes? You're still in here?
Oh, I guess I forgot this. Forgot to go back through this part because I'm pretty sure we went through this in the LP before.
But I could really use your help back here. It'll be worth your while.
Oh. I should probably go to his safe room and see what's going on.
And I didn't go through with it when I was trying to actually continue with the LP earlier, and the file, you know, was messed up as it was. And so I started back over at my last save point that could reasonably take me back to this part of the game so I could start over. I didn't go through with this side quest with Sykes, but I think now I will. Yeah, this was the part I was thinking of, the loading screen when I first that I first addressed as the marrow. No, this is not actually the marrow itself. I really hate it when you have loading times, especially like when you see the bar progressing on a computer, you know, installing a program or whatever. And that's once it gets to 99%, you know, after you've already been waiting so long. Or you think the numbers are going by so quickly that overall it's going to be a short loading time. It just kind of stops at 99 for a little bit. And it turns out that you were really only about, time-wise, you were only about halfway through once you got to 99%. Okay, we drank our coffee. I did the upgrading. Of course, I kind of took different paths this time. And, well, on top of that, I mean, since I kind of rushed through the last few chapters of the game having to do them over, I didn't get as much green gel, so there wasn't as much I managed to fix up there on myself. And yeah, there's the tower I was talking about before.
That really is a stronghold.
What's going on?
It's on fire.
Them is going crazy. Seems like it's becoming even more destabilized.
You don't know the half of it.
I take it you had something to do with it?
I wouldn't have done it if I didn't have to, Kidman. I'm gonna finish this once and for all. I'm gonna save Lily. And I have all the tools I need this time.
Good luck, Sebastian. And keep me posted, okay? It's important that I know what's going on in there so that I can help you again. You get me?
I do. I'll be in touch.
Alright, Kidman, I'm serious. That sounded suspicious, the way she paused there, so I can help you. Oh, Flamethrower Guy. He's back. Of course, I knew that already, I just didn't remember it. Yeah, he's, just like with, Liam O'Neill, that was actually a boss fight. He became that flamethrower monster there with the weird mask on. Unfortunately, this one was just as difficult, even though it's like it showed up as pretty much a normal enemy. I'm just gonna kind of sneak up here and see if there were any items to grab. There were not. Now, where'd he go? Okay, you know what? Actually, since I'm here, let's just go ahead and take this dude out. Because he was actually kind of a pain in the butt. He was pretty good at chasing you, and especially with a long-range attack like that. Okay, did I not shoot close enough? Or does he actually have to step onto it? Yeah, he just has to step onto it, okay. And this dude actually took a whole lot of ammo. In fact, I'd say just as much as Liam did when I fought him as a boss. So, whew! Definitely being able to run. The longer I can keep running from him, the better off you are in a fight like this. Did you actually lose sight of me already? You suck, dude. I can't believe he gave up on me that easily. Well, I think I'm getting better at actually dodging the flamethrower. It seems like with at least one of his attacks, which is kind of just a long shot, but goes in a straight line if I just kind of step to the side. As long as I turn back around in time to see him, you know, back. Okay, I don't know why he tried to run into me for a few seconds before actually trying for the melee. But it does seem to hurt a lot worse than you think it would. Okay, I'm guessing I can kind of use this as cover as long as he doesn't step around. When he does, though, like now. Now you can see this dude has a whole lot of HP if this is any kind of regular enemy. Oh, yeah, I tried to run forward before it could, and around. Now, unfortunately, I thought it was pretty awesome that I found this part on him, the flamethrower tank. You actually need two. I have like the nozzle part already, but one tank wasn't enough to complete it. I gotta, excuse me, drinking Dr. Pepper right now, so you might hear me belch a few times. I'm guessing this means that there is going to be another enemy just like him still somewhere, and if I want the flamethrower that badly, hopefully he'll be directly in the way and I will have to actually go looking for him. Otherwise, that fight wasn't really worth it, even for 5,000 green gel. Because, I mean, that was a lot of ammunition. Take this dude out. I like these guys who are like on fire, so that instead of bleeding, I guess they do bleed, it's just lava instead of blood. I find it interesting. Oh, I forgot they can kind of like leave little trails of fire along the ground. Certainly don't want to touch them. Okay, well, since I'm out of handgun bullets, and shotgun bullets now, oh, well there he is. There's another. I didn't see him the first time, even though I know I'd spent a lot of time walking around this area just trying to find a way to that tower. Forgetting that I was supposed to actually meet Hoffman in the hotel nearby first. Problem is, I do not have the means to fight this guy unless I craft him right now on the field, and that's going to take up a lot of gunpowder. But we'll see what we can do. So once I've taken him out, hopefully he'll have the other fuel tank on him, and I can construct the flamethrower. And trying to remember where the crafting. There we go. My controller is also going a little bit crazy, guys. I'm sorry. It's pretty worn out. I'm gonna have to get a new one to play Steam games with. Yep. 4 each. That's twice. Oh, and assault rifle cartridges on the bench, they only cost 1, so this is now 3 times as much. How many nails do we have? Just 1, but explosive bolts are nice, so I'll see if I can take him out with just this much, and whatever he's got left, I'll craft just enough to... Okay. Reload. Looks like sometimes I'm actually just hitting the weapon and it's deflecting, because I don't see like a blood spatter from it. I actually think I just hit between his legs just now and completely missed him. Yeah, you know, let's see if let's not waste time climbing up in the car to get away from this dude. Okay, he's coming after me, it looks like. Let's just see if we can find any ammo, anything, anywhere. Oh, here's an herb. You know what? Let's see if we can lure the explosive guy over to him to cause extra damage. Okay, it didn't work. Okay, you guys are kind of in my personal space here. I really need to... Well, I shouldn't go inside anywhere, because then I might reset the HP of the Flamethrower Guy. And I'm, quite frankly, really scared of that. We are just going to have to craft. Alright, I cannot get away far enough to recover HP normally. So we're just gonna have to do that. Okay, well, we will see if... if all it takes is just a few more shotgun shells. Oh! Well, it's nice to get him at close range. I know that couldn't have been good for his HP. Ah, there goes half my accumulated gunpowder. I wish I'd known that I was that close. But, here we go.
That's it. The last piece I need.
Hopefully it doesn't suck. Okay, now let's go see about Sykes. I do not remember where he was holed up. So... head over to Sykes' safe house. Where am I now? Okay, that was the area I just now came out of, the postal office. So I guess we go on further down this way. Sebastian, seriously, it's not that hard. Especially not for you, buddy. It shouldn't be. But no. Gotta go all the way around. I suppose it also wouldn't hurt to try to follow the radio signals of these. Okay, let's log on to this one right here. And he has a sniper rifle ammo pouch. You know what? Screw that. Haven't even... I missed the other sniper rifle part already. You know, when I tried to replay back up to this point, so... I'm assuming I'm never going to find the other part anyway. And that there wouldn't even be a substantial amount of game time left for that to really be used. Finding plenty of weapons parts everywhere, though. Okay, Sykes' house, Okay, so... Yeah, I thought this looked familiar. This is where... I think this is where I first helped him. Okay, I can't climb up on this rubble. So that's obviously not the way. Ah! Straight up just this building right here. Except first, I see some weapon parts, so let's get that.
Out of ammo.
Yeah, I was hoping I'd just get a critical hit right then and there. That was smart, closing the door that quickly behind you.
You're here.
Because they were literally right on your tail.
Sykes. I'm sort of busy here.
Hey, you're the one who told me to call you before I left.
You found your back door. Check it out. Congrats. You'll have to show me how to use it if I need to get Lily out later.
Fair enough, but here's the deal. I'm gonna need you to help me get out of here first.
Help you? I don't know anything about how these computers work, Sykes.
That's not what I need help with. I hacked the servers to access a restricted area of STEM. There's a pod in there that I'm gonna use to get out of here. Problem is, the power's out, and there are a bunch of those things in there too. Damn collapse is affecting the deepest parts of STEM. You get the power back on.
This dude's got weird, lazy eyes a lot.
Again, what's in it for me?
I'll show you how to use the pod before I go. How's that?
Okay. Worth a try, I guess.
Thanks, man. Call me when it's all clear.
Am I going to, like, suspiciously interrogate him about why he's still alive? Even though it's pretty much just him and Hoffman now.
I gotta tell you, I was surprised to hear from you.
Tell me about it. I've been lying low to solve this backdoor thing, but I stuck my head out there a few times. Things are going nuts. What's happening out there?
There's a maniac who's trying to take over Union. You were smart to stay in here. Otherwise, you might have ended up flayed and tortured.
Sounds grim. Think I'll pass.
What's worse is that the guy wants to get his hands on Lily.
Well, if this plan works out, you'll be able to get her to safety once you find her.
Okay, well, this might be a side quest, but it is in fact quite important.
How did a guy like you end up in Mobius in the first place?
A guy like me? What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that
You know,
have a heart
black.
and a backbone. Seems they prefer their operatives to be either cold reptiles or unquestioning followers. You're neither. What did you think I would do?
No.
Oh, so that actually was like a
Try and do it. Wasn't easy either.
racist commentary there.
Hide their tracks.
Why would you do that?
They're only the most powerful organization in the history of the world, dude. Why wouldn't I?
And you don't consider what they do to be criminal.
Hey, it's only criminal when it's enforced. You know what they say. Quis custodia, ipsos custodes.
I don't know what that means.
Sure. I'll take your word for it.
And again, Sebastian, it's not really even the jackasses in Mobius you should be worrying about right now. It's Theodore. In fact, it really doesn't seem like any of them are that bad in comparison to him. Oh, coffee. Okay, well, before we head in there, more weapons parts. Do these items just reappear after so much time has passed, or a certain section of game? Well, that definitely saved me on the gunpowder I've wasted field crafting in a pinch. You know, honestly, we should go see what else we can upgrade, since I think I have gained quite a lot just since the last visit at the beginning of this episode. We also need to put the flamethrower together anyway. This odd weapon can be used to quickly fill an area with flaming liquid. It is heavy and cumbersome enough to restrict movement. Fuel will be loaded into the flamethrower immediately upon crafting. B will stow the flamethrower on your back, allowing you to move more freely. Okay. Nails are always good, because I do enjoy explosive bolts. Harpoon bolts, as awkward as I have been at trying to wield the Warden crossbow in this game, they seem to do a lot more damage, so it's almost worth using them, at least from far away. They seem to kill really just about any enemy in one blow. Even if it's not like a headshot. Take just a few more handgun bullets, since assault rifle bullets are so cheap. We might want to work on upgrading that too. And unfortunately I cannot, you know, usually in these kinds of things there's like an option to use up or down or left or right to, you know, change the pace at which you decide on a certain quantity of crafting or buying, whatever. But it doesn't look like there's a left or right to increase that by 10, so yeah, I did have to go that slow in crafting, deciding how many assault rifle cartridges I wanted to craft. And shotgun shells. We're almost out. That will have to do. If condensers cannot be used for anything else, might as well. And smoke bolts. Oh, weapon upgrades too. Well, that's quite a lot for the handgun. I will keep that in mind. But I would say the assault rifle might be worth it to at least get it to here. We went up 20% just now, just by 100 weapon grade parts, but then I gotta use one of the high grade parts, and then this gets more expensive just to go up by 10%. Actually halved the increase in attack power from last time, but doubled the price. And after having to use a high grade weapons part, so I don't think we are going to go any further. Reload time, yeah, that's definitely worth it, I'd say. I'll even go with that. And we did get quite a bit of green gel from the Flamethrower Guy, so let's see what we can do here with Tatiana.
You just can't stay away from me, can you?
Well, I gotta admit, you're probably the best looking lady in this game.
There are all sorts of challenges ahead that will require different skills.
I definitely want to increase, yeah. That was definitely good. I think I gotten that last time before the episode screwed up and had to start over at an earlier point. That was definitely helpful. we never did increase Brawler at all, did we? Greatly reduce reticle sway when firing weapons. More or less kickback. I can only do one or the other. You know, I'm sure it has affected me, but I haven't actually noticed kickback yet. I probably just wasn't paying attention to that part at all, but I do enjoy steady hand, so we'll do that. Okay guys, I am going to cut the episode off here, but get right back into it as soon as I get this rendered, and I will see you next time. We'll finish Sykes' little task for us. Later.